The holiday season is upon us, and if you're looking for new ways to celebrate, hang on to your party hat. We've discovered 12 festive fiestas that will inspire you to put a new spin on your favorite holiday celebrations. Whether you're hoping to entertain the kids, treat your family, or impress your friends, get ready for a thrill ride of jubilant proportions as we count down to 12 ways of merrymaking. The holidays are a time to indulge your sweet tooth. Candies, cookies, pastries, and pie. 'Tis the season to stop counting calories. And of all the holiday treats, what's more universal than chocolate? Whether it's Hanukkah gelt or Christmas cookies, chocolate finds its way into every festive occasion. For a 12th way of merrymaking, we found one young woman who treats her friends to their very own Choco holiday.
Hey everyone, I want to welcome you to my Choco holiday party. Thanks for coming.
Rhoda and I have been friends for years, and I think that her making a theme for the party really ties it together and just makes it fabulous.
I mean, there's so many parties that are awkward and they're weird and people don't know how to mingle. When you have a themed party and it's instructioned and everyone sort of uses words that don't exist.
Like instruction.
Like instruction.
Sure.
What do you think about that?
It's my next.
Really good.
I love when there's a theme to everything, Halloween, holidays. So I just thought what better way to have a real party where people will really want to come and really want to enjoy the holidays, enjoy the festivities, and in this case, enjoy the chocolate.
Oh my goodness, this looks so good.
Who doesn't like chocolate? I do.
I know, I see him swaying all towards the middle of chocolate.
The centerpiece to Rhoda's Choco holiday is not one, but 3 chocolate fountains. There's milk chocolate, white chocolate, and a supersized dark chocolate fountain in the center. With everything from strawberries, potato chips, and pound cake to dip with, these decadent geysers of goodness are an unforgettable modern twist on the fondue craze.
What are you doing, s'mores? Amazing.
I've never been to a party with chocolate fountains, so this was sort of a surprise.
I especially like the dark chocolate because I'm a dark chocolate fan, and it was really easy to use. I dipped the strawberries in it, and it was great. It was a great conversation starter, too.
Chocolate-covered potato chips, that's where it's at.
Sweet.
I know. It's amazing.
It's the best of both worlds.
It's amazing.
Like any great hostess, Rhoda wants to make sure her guests walk away with something. Rather than handing out goodies or mementos, she's teaching everyone how to make her favorite holiday cocktail, the chocolate martini.
Tiffany. So for the chocolate martini, first we add a little bit of ice and some fun vanilla vodka to taste, of course. And then moving on to the chocolate liqueur, which is always delicious.
How much of that?
Equal parts, 1 to 1. And we shake it up, and of course, my own step after this has a lovely color. It's a great martini. Decorate with a little bit of whipped cream. If you like chocolate shavings. And there you have perfect chocolate martini.
I tried to make a chocolate martini myself, but it didn't really work out. I'm sort of all thumbs when it comes to making drinks. But Rhoda really helped me out, and I think I've got the technique all down.
Anyone else interested in martini?
I taught him the shaking. Rhoda taught him the ingredients. I think we'll together be able to make a great martini.
Delicious.
Very good.
Very nice, Rhoda.
Thank you, it's my specialty. I think they all made really great martinis. They all had their own twist and they all like their own thing. Some people aren't whipped cream kind of people, but everyone I think loved the chocolate shavings. You have to taste it. I think they all did a great job.
I sucked all the whipped cream off the top, but you know, the end is a nice finish.
It's about really enjoying food and good chocolate with your friends. So thanks everyone for coming to the Choco holiday party. I really appreciate you guys coming, and I hope you enjoyed the chocolate martini drink. Thank you. Cheers. Happy holidays.
Few holiday symbols are as universally recognized as the Christmas tree. The very act of selecting, dressing, and illuminating a fragrant evergreen is a holiday tradition that brings families together in anticipation of Christmas Day. While most bring the trees into their home, the people of Belvedere, New Jersey prefer to take the people to the trees, celebrating with friends and neighbors as they dress Christmas trees outdoors for our 11th way of merrymaking, the Forest of Lights.
We set the date aside and we come out and we decorate the trees with the lights, and we wait till it gets dark to light the trees up, so it's really exciting. Light them up!
This is a fun way to celebrate the holidays. It's not the same as just decorating it in your house with just your family. You're with your friends, you're outside. So it's always a good time.
We put on the lights and ornaments, and we can spend time with each other.
Each family brings their own assortment of ornaments for their tree. Over the years, friendly competition has heated up as families select themes for their trees well in advance of the holiday.
We did a Candyland theme for our tree. We put candy canes and candy-like decorations on it.
I put a lot of tinsel and some candy canes, and we have a candy cane fence.
I think our tree's the best one here.
Themes for the trees can range from traditional to modern.
Well, we did a disco tree. We have lots of disco balls, we have stars, we have like little beads.
I like the disco balls and the flashing light. Those are really cool.
Our tree is more of a nature tree with pine cones and natural colors. Well, I put a lot of the holly and a lot of the acorns and fruit.
Coming together as a community, the people of Belvedere have created their very own holiday tradition that can be enjoyed year after year.
It just makes you feel all warm inside.
Being outdoors and decorating the tree, it's like it was 20, 30 years ago.
My dad put the bow on the top of the tree. I could never reach that high. I'll definitely come every year. I'm having so much fun.
It's a good time and it's different, I want to do this every year now.
Coming up, executive chef Scott Conant prepares the traditional Italian holiday feast of 7 fishes. Plus, we'll travel around the world in one night and take a spin at High Stakes Dreidel as we continue counting down the 12 ways of merrymaking. Tradition plays a large role in any holiday fest. Families of all backgrounds get together to celebrate as they have for generations. In Italy, no gathering is complete without the bounty of the sea, especially our 10th way of merrymaking, the time-honored Italian Christmas tradition, the Feast of 7 Fishes.
The Feast of 7 Fishes, for me, what it means is the spirit of the holidays, the spirit of family, the spirit of that generosity that stems from the kitchen. And when customers come into the restaurant, it makes perfect sense that they feel that same spirit.
Scott Conant is the executive chef and owner of both L'Impero and Alto restaurants in New York City. While traditionally a family celebration, Scott has added the Feast of 7 Fishes to his menu at Alto.
The reason that I put this on the menu at Alto, why I took it out of the home and wanted to pursue it in a restaurant, was because it opens up the audience for more people to see exactly what it was.
Our Christmas Eve was always just hors d'oeuvres, so the Feast of the 7 Fishes is really a fun thing.
It stems from not eating meat. Catholics don't eat meat traditionally on Christmas Eve. So they would really create this huge feast.
The number 7 is also very important to the holiday. 7 represents the 7 days of creation, the 7 sacraments of the Catholic Church, and some would argue, the 7 seas.
There's really no set fish for this feast.
This is a Mediterranean orata, also known as sea breams. This is sepia. Sepia is cuttlefish and also squid. It's a very traditional flavor combination. It's peas and sepia. But in this case, we're going to put a bunch of different vegetables. On the back burner, I have simmering very slowly This is bacala. This is the salt cod.
Bacala is probably the most traditional of the 7 fishes, so I want to create an element of that, but you know, that has that same soulfulness and that same emotion that Italians bring to the table. I think if anybody does emotions, obviously it's Italians.
With all his dishes prepared and brought to the table, Scott takes the time to sit with family friends, the Scorsellos and the Palombos, for this Christmas Eve feast.
Hey guys, how you doing? Just wanted to come over and say hello and go through all the dishes. Down at the end, we have a little trinete with some spot prawns, a little bit of sea urchin as well. We have those whole roasted orata with some nice caramelized cauliflower. This is some fried fish with some mixed herbs and lemon. This is like a spaghetti aglio olio with a little bit of an anchovy broth as well, just to make some nice baby eels mixed in. Baby eels, yeah. This is a little squid salad, a little squid ink vinaigrette. There's a little bacala over there with some preserved lemon. And this is a little oyster soup. So I hope you enjoy everything. Merry Christmas. Buon Natale.
Finally, the guests get to dig in, and while the Feast of 7 Fishes may normally be celebrated at home, Scott had no trouble winning over his guests on this new twist to an old tradition.
Oh, I love it. This could become a habit.
There were certain things that I've never had before, such as the smelts. The smells to me were absolutely out of this world.
A lot of my other friends, they didn't actually celebrate the Feast of 7 Fishes or knew about it. So it's nice to see it that's actually being carried on, especially in a restaurant.
I always remembered having the Feast of the 7 Fishes as part of our Christmas Eve celebration. It's something I always enjoyed.
It was nice to have my wife get out of the kitchen for a change, have my friends, my best friend in the world, and my family, and be together for Christmas Eve. And you can't ask for better than that. What's like that commercial, good friends, good food, salud, chendan, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Spinning the dreidel has always been an iconic part of any Hanukkah celebration. While normally it's children doing the spinning, we found one group of old friends who asked, why should kids have all the fun? So they upped the ante, literally, for our 9th way of merrymaking, high-stakes dreidel.
There he is! About time. Happy Hanukkah, good to see you. All right, now we're all here. Let's get to it.
High stakes dreidel it's pretty much what kids play at home. They play regular dreidel, but they play for chocolate coins. We picked the game up a notch, so our pots are not chocolate anymore, it's cash.
And it's not just the pot that increased in value. This year, Eric is unveiling a brand new dreidel that he picked out just for high stakes.
Check that out. Yeah, that's pretty. That's right. That's pretty. I'm clearly the best high stakes dreidel player because, I bring it home every year. It's Gimel. I'm the Gimel boy.
Whose turn is it, Gimel boys? Or?
While the stakes may have changed, the rules are the same.
It takes a certain skill to spin the dreidel, and I've learned. And if you do it in a certain way, it'll always land right.
They call me Dr. Dreidel, because I've been spinning the dreidel when they were still auditioning for Hanukkah plays and whatever. So.
There was one year where it was Gimel every time I spun. I don't think I got anything else, maybe a couple nuns, but I took home about, I'd say at least $5,000 that year. It was a good year.
Gathering at a cigar bar to drink, smoke, and gamble is hardly your typical Hanukkah celebration. But Eric sees it as a unique holiday tradition that they've made their own.
It's a great Hanukkah tradition to have. This way we get to spend time together, just me and the boys. We're having some fun, we're spinning some dreidel, we're making some money, or losing in Marcus's case. It's time to be together.
If I wouldn't be here at Eric's right now, I'd probably be home with the family, lighting candles, eating dinner, talking about God and the world. I don't know. It's better here, I think. Definitely.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily exclude all the Hanukkah activity, but it's just, for me, it's just a part of Hanukkah. I'll take these, guys. You're just gonna throw off the table money bags. I need them.
This is the place to be, actually, with my good friends. Love you guys. Aww. Give me some money. Give me some money. All right.
Final spin of the night for all the money. Let's see how it goes, boys.
Baby. Come on.
There's a Gimel! Hey, that's me! Big winner, that's me. Guys, thanks for coming. Another great year. A little cheer to send us on our way. L'chaim.
Up next, travel photographer Peter Gutman takes us on a trip across the globe for the holidays. Plus, we'll experience a Hawaiian Christmas and check out a Times Square New Year's scaled down for kids. We're counting down the 12 ways of merrymaking. As the calendar year draws to a close, it's traditional to celebrate and review the good times gone by in preparation for the year ahead. Award-winning photojournalist and travel author Peter Gutman prefers to not only tell people about his year-round voyages, but also to show them. His annual travel slideshow, which started as a small gathering, has now turned into our 8th way of merrymaking, the Around the World Party.
I'm Peter Gutman, and this is my 8-year-old boy Chase, soon to be 9, and my wife Laurie Green.
Well, every year we get together a bunch of our friends. We do it about 6 times because we have about 300 people that want to come. We have them come over and show them slides, and Peter narrates our whole year.
It started back in 1986. I had been traveling around the world at a rather frantic pace, and Laurie was a travel writer, and we were trying to stay in touch with the people we cared about and trying to share some of the extraordinary places that we have seen. Folks enjoyed it so much that they asked if they could come with other friends, and before you knew, the list just kept on getting bigger and bigger, and now it's, I think, closer to 400 people that come each year.
They invited us, and we were like, oh yeah, okay, we'll go to a slideshow. And then we were like, it was just almost like a life-changing experience.
There are people that come every year, and if they can't make it, they really flip out.
I've been coming since, I think, 1981. 13 or 14 years.
This is probably my 27th.
Oh, I've actually been coming since the early 80s when it was in the old apartment when there were only about 10 of us.
I wouldn't miss it for anything.
This is the whole package.
It's addicting.
Peter and Laurie's apartment is as much of an attraction as the slides, with artifacts from all over the world crammed in every corner.
You look around and you can't stop. I heard someone say a minute ago they've been coming for 20 years, and I guarantee 50% of what's in here they still haven't seen.
Yeah, that's a dinner bell that they would ring. And we've had people fly in from as far away as Idaho and from Arizona and Texas and Canada. California. It's really very heartwarming. It feels like a scene out of It's a Wonderful Life, actually.
Once everyone's had some snacks and a chance to chat in anticipation of the upcoming slideshow, it's time to find a seat in Peter and Laurie's jam-packed apartment, which is no easy feat.
Show up early. Otherwise, you end up in the courtroom, which I've had to do once or twice before.
It just gets a little crazy because of the law of physics. There's only so many people you can get into this box.
Kids, can you see in the bedroom?
In addition to the great slides, the way he fits 75 people in this apartment is a show in and of itself.
As soon as all the guests are seated, the adventure begins.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to the annual year-end slideshow extravaganza. Okay, you're looking at me and you're having a time of your life. Thank you very much.
Okay, hit that light.
Nice shot.
Peter Gutman's visual journey includes stops at Carnival in Rio, the mosaics of South Africa, and Tanzania's wild Serengeti. Every corner of the world is covered from Prague to Panama to the polar ice caps.
Here we head over to South Georgia Island to see the king penguin. But actually, I saw more penguins than that. Actually saw more penguins than that. And actually more than that. I'd like to wish you all a very, very happy holidays. And I want to remind you to please sign our book on the way out. Thanks again, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed it.
Typical office holiday parties can be somewhat stale, but we found one man destined to change all that. After spending the holidays in Hawaii a few years back, CEO Bob Young decided to spruce up his holiday party by transforming the office into a virtual tropical paradise. It's our 7th way of merrymaking, the Hawaiian Christmas Party.
Well, you know, one year I had to spend Christmas in Hawaii because I had to work, and I was really amazed at how festive the foods and the colors were that I wanted to share that experience with my employees. You got pork and potatoes and pineapple. You got fish. It's awesome stuff. Christmas in Hawaii is absolutely an amazing experience because they have their own traditions, the way they do things. And with the food and the music and the dancing, it's so festive. And even with the tropical environment, the holiday spirit just comes through.
I mean, normal office parties can just get so boring, and this was just a cool thing that I haven't seen before, and it was a lot of fun.
You know, it's a lot of Hawaiian stuff. I've actually never been to Hawaii, but I'm thinking about going to Hawaii now.
An office holiday luau is not only about grass skirts and Mai Tais. Each year, Young Marketing has the event catered. Dishes include pua, or pork with pineapple, as well as shrimp with mango chutney. They also hire both Polynesian singers and hula dancers to create a more festive feel.
I was a little nervous at first because I've never hula danced in my whole life. You know, I was a dancer growing up, but I did ballet. So I think the key with it is just loosening up your body. It's all in the hips, right?
The hula dancers are beautiful and amazing, and they just make this party so authentic. Every year he has something different.
I believe this is our 5th year having this party, and every year it gets bigger. I want to thank everyone for coming to our Hawaiian Christmas party, and I want to wish everyone here a safe and happy holiday. Cheers to everyone.
Coming up, the traditional Mexican celebration of Las Posadas, plus an unusual holiday celebration called Festivus, and a seasonal smooch fest, as we continue our countdown of the 12 ways of merrymaking. In Mexico, the holidays are a time of great religious significance as well as jubilant celebration. Singing and dancing are as important as providing comfort and shelter to others during their traditional Christmas Eve celebration, Las Posadas. The Larios family has been observing this holiday, our 6th way of merrymaking, ever since their grandmother, Margarita Larios, moved to America.
My mother is from Mexico City, a small town called Aclisco, Puebla. It's about 1 hour away from Mexico City. My mother's been continuing this tradition ever since she got here. We start off with the procession, and during the procession we sing songs to the Nativity.
Las Posadas literally translates to the inns, which historically describes the sites where Joseph and Mary sought shelter while Mary was pregnant. To honor this journey, it's common in Mexico for both children and adults to travel from home to home until they find a shelter. Or in the case of the Larios family, until they find the abundant feast that Margarita has prepared for them.
We have chiles rellenos, which is hot pepper with cheese, Mexican cheese filled in, and it's fried. And then we have Mexican rice, which is made with real tomato sauce. Tortas de camarones, which is shrimp breaded, and it's in sauce, Mexican sauce called mole, pork, pernil in Spanish, and it's baked in the oven. It's decorated with radish, and then we have chicken. We normally you could either have chicken, big chicken, or turkey. We have Mexican tamale, which is corn flour, and you have different types.
I ate pernil, or tamale, and rice. My favorite was the pernil.
Marching from house to house is a good way to begin this holiday, as this is clearly anything but a low-calorie buffet.
For me, Las Posadas is a housewarming. It's where the whole family and friends, the closest, gets together, and we share a whole dinner. It gives us a chance to see people we haven't seen for many years also.
After dinner is served, candy and treats are given out for all to enjoy. Homemade sweets, as well as ponche, the delicious hot Mexican punch, are a great way to end this traditional holiday meal.
It's really good. It's the best I've tasted.
The punch, it's a Mexican punch, and it's made out of fruits and sweet cane, guayabas, plums, raisins. It's all boiled together, and it's sweet.
Now that the family traditions have been observed, the children are given some time to play and enjoy their treats.
Usually, me and my cousins play games. We usually play tag outside, or usually we're inside watching TV while the grown-ups are talking in the living room.
Let's make a toast and give thank you to dinner, being all together like a family. Okay? Salud. Salud.
I celebrate Las Posadas every year.
Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Las Posadas.
The inspiration for a great holiday gathering can come from anywhere. But even we were surprised to discover two friends who've put together their own holiday based on a sitcom. Combining elements from the Seinfeld TV show and some of their own wacky ideas, they spend one night every December celebrating our fifth way of merrymaking, Festivus.
Happy Festivus, everybody! All right, so we're going to get started. We have the turducken about to be served. And we're going to start with feats of strength. Right, we've got the chain hang all set up, so any contestants who are interested in hanging from chains for endurance, please approach the podium.
We started having Festivus in 1998, and it's just kind of grown and evolved since then.
It started very informal. I mean, there was probably only like 10 of us there.
Over the years, it's grown into a huge party, filled with interactive events such as the chain hang.
Are you ready for the chain hang? Is everyone here ready for the chain hang? 3, 2, 1, go!
3, 4, 5.
The chain hang is, it's really a lot harder than it looks, and it really, really hurts your hands a lot.
We've been doing the chain hang for 2 years now. It's very popular because it's an athletic competition.
And a mental stamina sort of competition.
Let us crown our champion, Mike.
Another essential element of their unique celebration is a turducken, which is a turkey stuffed with a duck that's been stuffed with a chicken.
The turducken. You don't get turducken at any other holiday party. I mean, it is unique in that regard. I mean, that's something we like to provide, and it's sort of a bonding experience for us.
Yes.
Because we get to actually make the turducken together.
Yes.
And of course, you can't have Festivus without the Festivus pole.
Well, instead of a Christmas tree at Festivus, we have an aluminum pole, which doesn't have any decorations. It's very simple and shows the non-commercial aspect of Festivus.
And again, non-denominational.
The Festivus pole represents unity. There's one pole, there's one people. It's all Festivus.
While the traditions may be unusual, the main focus of Festivus is interactive events that encourage togetherness.
Go!
The result is a great holiday gathering that's always memorable.
Festivus is more than a party, it's a holiday. It's festive, it is fun. We have rituals that most holidays don't.
It's interactive. This is an event.
Happy Festivus!
Coming up, New Year's Eve at Times Square and a convenient kid size, plus karaoke caroling and an elegant holiday wine tasting party as we continue counting down the 12 ways of merrymaking. Times Square, New York City. Some would argue it's the center of the world, and on a night like New Year's Eve, it is. Hundreds of thousands gather here to celebrate the new year and watch the legendary ball drop as they count down to midnight. But what about the little ones? The countdown to the new year is far too late for most children to stay awake. Bill Turney decided his kids should experience the magic of Manhattan. So coming in as our fourth way of merrymaking, this is his very own Times Square.
Well, it started out about 3 years ago. All the kids were staying up for New Year's Eve and everything, and we were having a great time, and then they would fall asleep and miss out on the ball dropping.
Working with what was already in his children's playroom, Bill set out to recreate the experience of Times Square.
Well, it's made out of very basic materials, just some boxes I had around the house and some cardboard and cut it out. My wife is real good with the arts and crafts, so we made some nice windows.
They do look like real buildings.
To make windows, a little colored or reflective tape goes a long way. Once you've got your streets and buildings, all you need are the people.
We had some leftover Matchbox cars and we had some leftover G.I. Joes, and we put them on the street so they look like all the people partying right down there in the Times Square area.
It actually does look like Times Square. I'm playing with a taxi.
With everything short of a miniature Dick Clark in place, all that's left to do is ring in the new year.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They love to stand behind the buildings and throw confetti and make it look like it's really coming down.
When we got down to one, we cheered and we threw snow and said Happy New Year.
It wasn't long before Bill realized he was throwing one of the most popular parties in town.
They had so much fun, and then of course, as most kids do, they go back to school when school started in January and told all their friends what a great time they had in the basement for New Year's Eve, and then I started getting phone calls left and right.
It was so much fun. I'm gonna come back next year. Well, I think we should do this again next year because you have a lot of fun and then you get to be with all of your friends and family.
This is a great idea because it's very simple to put together. The kids come down here and can play all night while the adults can go upstairs and have fun.
My dad did a really good job building Times Square. Happy New Year!
What's a party without music? The holiday season comes with its own soundtrack, and every celebration has songs to call its own. Church choirs and winter caroling are great ways to spread cheer. But we found a group of friends who truly have taken their holiday crooning into the 21st century. It's our third way of merrymaking, the Christmas karaoke party.
Hello, welcome to the Christmas party. This is Ryan. Karaoke is a really great way to unwind. It's definitely not typical. People have Christmas parties, they're so boring, you're all sitting around a Yule log. This is something new, and it's something we've been doing for a couple of years.
Who's got the Christmas book?
I
don't really know the beat.
It is just such a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of us don't get to go out of town for Christmas, so we come here and it's a blast.
I was raised on karaoke.
Yeah.
So let's do the 12 days of Christmas and we'll just go around like this. And I'll start it off.
Steph's party. This is where the karaoke is. We travel from the boroughs to the city to be at Steph's party.
We're gonna do the 12 days of songs.
Holiday tunes make for perfect karaoke because most of us already know the lyrics. And when you add a little Christmas cheer to the mix, even the most timid party guests are willing to grab the mic.
10 lords of leaping.
9 ladies dancing. 7 sons of swimming. 6 geese away.
5 golden rings.
We're drinking a lot.
We're drinking.
We've drank too much, actually. But they're green festive drinks, and Stephanie recommended them, so we've had too many.
We like to be really silly and kind of outdo each other with the stupidest renditions of the songs. It's really fun. It's not the caroling your grandparents grew up with, but a karaoke Christmas guarantees a good time for all your guests. And enough laughs to keep you feeling jolly well into the new year.
I sang Jingle Bells this evening. It was quite lovely. We put a little rap tune along with it. It was nice. It's the holiday season, so you get a good excuse to get a little silly.
No, 61.
How do I rate this party? I would give it a 8.5.
A 9.
That's a 6. Yes.
Thanks for coming out for karaoke. Merry Christmas!
Coming up, pucker up for a holiday party that's heavy on the mistletoe. Plus, wine expert Michael Green entertains as he educates at a swanky Christmas gathering. We're counting down the 12 ways of merrymaking. The holidays are a time of togetherness for families, friends, and especially lovers. The mere sight of a sprig of mistletoe can have anyone reaching for a breath mint in anticipation. We found one happy couple who've combined this old holiday tradition with some fun modern elements for our second way merrymaking, a yearly gathering they call the Mistletoe Marathon.
Hi, I'm Jody Master Mateo.
And I'm Joshua Steen.
Jody and her boyfriend Josh have been hosting this festive party for the last 3 years.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Josh and I want to thank you for coming to our annual Mistletoe Marathon party. I see some new faces, so let me remind everyone of the rules. Enjoy your company, enjoy who you're with, but when you hear that bell ring, then that means it's time to switch it up, find someone new to mingle with. And if you catch yourself under the mistletoe and you feel like you want to give someone a little peck on the cheek or maybe a little bit more, then feel free to do that. Okay, everyone, it's that time. Find a new partner. The Mistletoe Marathon is a fun way for people to mingle and meet each other. So we have all different groups of our friends come, and everyone has a really great time. Here we go, find another partner.
After all, a kiss is just a kiss. But some people are happy just chatting under this seasonal sprig.
Well, that's what I think is so great about the mistletoe party, is that whether you're a couple or whether you're single, whether you're a guy or a girl, everyone can come together and have a great time.
Merry Christmas.
You can bring a date or go stag and see who you might end up with under that mischievously merry mistletoe.
It's something fun and it's different, and it's a way for new people from different groups to really meet and come together and mingle and have a little bit of one-on-one time where they may not get that otherwise.
The Mistletoe Marathon isn't just about meeting somebody and kissing them. It's about making friendships and opening the door to people you might not talk to normally in a party. I think it's nice to kind of break the ice a little bit more.
Here, you can talk to me.
Anyone can host a mistletoe marathon. All that's needed is a buzzer or a bell, several clusters of mistletoe, and some friends, both old and new, to take part in the merry mingling.
Sometimes it's difficult to pry a couple apart, or if there's someone that's having a great time together, but that's great. That's what it's all about.
Everyone, thank you for coming to the mistletoe party this year. If we could raise our glasses in a toast to a happy holiday season. I hope everyone had a chance to meet someone new or be with the one that they love. I know I did.
Coming up, enjoy a spirited celebration of holiday spirits at a wine tasting party as we top off our countdown of the 12 ways of merrymaking. Nothing gets us in the holiday spirit like holiday spirits. Having a drink with friends and family at this time of year is a time-honored tradition, and we found one couple who like to take it a step further. It's our #1 way of merrymaking, a holiday wine tasting party.
Well, I love wine tasting parties because everyone loves wine, everyone loves to drink wine, but everyone wants to know a little bit more about it. So that's why we decided to do it at the holiday season.
Just wanted to thank everybody for joining us for the holidays. This is Michael Green. He's our favorite wine expert.
Your favorite?
And he's going to tell us all
Your
about
only?
wines. That's right. That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is my favorite party every year. Roy and Jessica throw the best party out of all the ones I go to. I love it.
We are starting off actually with a great sparkling wine from one of the most celebrated regions. It's Champagne. How many people think they know Champagne? so many corks pop between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve that I think people do want to know a little bit about what wine they might enjoy best with turkey or ham or any other holiday offerings.
By hiring a wine expert like Michael Green, guests are not only entertained and educated, they also get to ask questions and get advice for some of their own upcoming seasonal soirees.
At our Christmas dinner, we're gonna have the traditional turkey and mashed potatoes. What would be some wines that would go well with that dinner?
This wine, while it has a bit of residual sugar, is going to work so well with so many of the holiday dishes that have a strong sweet component to them. Cranberry sauce, the pineapple on the ham, sweet potato pie.
It's a great party to have. It's a great tradition. I mean, my sister's been coming back, you know, every year. We've done it for about 5 years, and she's come every year.
I have a question. When you drink, you kind of slurp in this way that I don't drink the same way, and I've seen other professionals do it where you kind of go...
I do. It makes me very intimidating, doesn't it? I do. And what it basically does is that not only is it bringing oxygen in, which in fact is sort of accelerating the process of the wine's deterioration. Doesn't that sound wonderful? But you're also doing, it's really forcing you from a listening element to get the wine to all of your different parts of the tongue where you might perceive sweet, sour, bitter, salt.
When I'm here, I always feel like, yes, I'm absorbing so much information, and it's definitely an extremely fun party. It's not like school, or it is like school, but with alcohol.
What would a wine tasting party be without pouring some wine? Guests should have plenty of cheese, olives, and bread to cleanse their palate between glasses. Plus, they should be prepared to be dazzled by something new.
But this is the Riesling in your glass. What is so wonderful to me about Riesling is that it strikes a glorious balance of fruit, acid, and alcohol. Let's taste this wine.
Plan on pouring 1/2 to a full bottle of wine per guest.
Right at the tip of your tongue. You definitely get that sweetness.
Well, I loved what he said about the sweet wines. I mean, it's fine to appreciate a sweet wine. You know, some people think that dry wines are the only way to go, but these, you know, the Riesling, it was fabulous. I loved it.
But I want to give a round of applause to our hosts, Jessica and Roy. You guys are great. You guys are great. My pleasure.
Thank you. And we just want to thank Mike.
And he's still holding his glass of wine wrong.
That's embarrassing. I just want to thank Mike and all of you guys, and it's been a great time, and I wanted to just toast to good friends and good wine. Happy holiday. Cheers.
And the sensei is signing off. Cheers. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
This concludes our countdown of the 12 ways of merrymaking. We hope you've been inspired to put a new spin on your festive gatherings this year, and we wish you a happy holiday season. Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.